3, 2, 1, and we're here. And welcome back to White Claw Wednesday.
Sorry.
Episode 103.
I didn't count that down.
That's okay. Yeah, Ryan just clicked record. Look, all right. Let's see. We got some pineapples here. Let's crack these open.
We got pineapples.
Ooh.
Cheers up.
Cheers. Ooh, I got a really good whiff there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That took me back. The best fruit I've ever had was that pineapple we bought from that woman on the side of the road in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And then we took it to the beach and ate it. That was so good.
Just like the imagery of being like, we were like maybe half mile off the beach on this back road. And this big Hawaiian woman is literally just, she's got this
machete. Yeah.
Fat machete. And she's just chopping fresh. I don't know where she got them from, but they tasted amazing. Just fresh pineapple. And she's just slapping them on a piece of wood. Just like just a trunk. I feel like she chopped down the day of.
The day of, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was literally the best pineapple I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. And something about, maybe it was just amplified by eating it on the beach and stuff. It made it taste way better.
We might have been drinking pineapple claws too. It could have been a possibility.
We definitely weren't doing that. I remember that for sure. We had like Michelobes in the
We did
cooler.
have Michelobes, yeah. Those weren't very
I don't
refreshing.
know why we bought the Michelobes.
Yeah, mistakes.
I'm not a Michelob guy. Are you a Michelob guy?
They're okay, you know.
I think they're
so.
I think they taste like pee.
They.
If I had to pick one beer
You're
that
right,
I
you're
actually
right.
think tastes like pee, I think it's probably a close tie between PBR and Michelob.
How you'd imagine pee tastes like.
Obviously, yeah, I'm not out here drinking
yeah,
pee.
because we don't. Yeah.
We don't drink pee. But you know, one of the things I always think about.
Oh shit, man!
Whenever I have to pee, like if there's pressure, I know I need to pee. Okay, or I need to get a pee out because I'm about to do something like a road trip. I think of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Okay, I think I've seen it.
Yeah, we saw it together.
Okay,
Came out in 2015.
There we go.
You, me, and Urs went to see it at the Universal.
Oh, nice.
At the University theater, and I remember after the movie, we went to go pee in the bathroom, and you peed for so long.
Oh yeah, the
and
fire
remember,
hydrant.
I thought that you had like a water bottle, and I kept saying like, Ryan, dude, stop.
Because I literally had a water bottle in my arm.
Yeah, and
he thought I was somehow slowly squeezing it so that water would come out in a perfect stream.
I mean, that was still to this day.
That was one of my longer pees. I do remember that pee because I remember you being like, "There's no way you're still peeing." And
that
like,
was so long.
We're in a public restroom, you know, and we're just having this conversation.
And I'm standing next to you, and I'm just like, "No way, dude.
Dude, there's no way.
Cut it out."
And then you come up from behind me, and you're like, "Wow, wow."
And I take you from behind.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. I think that it's kind of weird. Do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and look at how you're built physically, and you're like, God, and you notice these things about you, and you're like, geez, like this is who I am, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Like the other day,
like right now, I got something in my left eye, and I can't get it out.
That's tough.
And I hate that more than anything.
Yeah, I had that last night. But yesterday, I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, God damn, I hold a lot of weight in my legs. Like, my legs are so thick compared to the rest of my body. It's ridiculous. And I don't know if it's genetic or if it's from playing soccer or running or whatever, but it's like insane how big my legs are compared to my body.
It's insane to me how when I look at myself, it looks like my head is way too big for my body. You know, like it's just like my shoulder. I got these tiny little dainty shoulders, and I got this big old noggin on top.
Thick legs and big head.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think my legs are, you know, actually maybe they are now that I think about it. Yeah, I think actually my legs have everything. I got the thunder thighs going.
You don't have thick legs, do you?
No, I'm just kidding. Not really. I mean, I'm kind of like a.
You have gained weight recently. I've seen your.
Have I?
You're filling up a little bit.
That's a lie.
Why, you haven't gained any weight?
No, dude.
Wow.
I'm still stuck.
Maybe it's an optical illusion.
I've been the same weight since high school.
You gotta re-weigh yourself.
Okay, I'll go weigh myself tonight. I'll be the same weight.
I have a scale. We could do it.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is that the weight on my driver's license hasn't changed since high school when I got it when I was 16.
Dude, did I ever tell you? I don't know if you remember this, actually. I definitely told you in high school, but They said that I was 5 foot on my driver's license for the longest time.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was like 120 pounds or whatever, and I was 5 foot, which made me feel better because I was actually 120 pounds and I was 5'9".
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it kind of evened me out. But yeah, I always thought it was funny. Like, it's kind of hilarious how the stuff on your driver's license isn't even important. You know?
No.
It's like I was 5 foot, quote unquote, but then I'm 5'9", and like whenever I would use the ID or whatever, no one would bat an eye.
It's just the age. That's it.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
really the only thing that the ID is constantly used for. And then once you get a certain age, then you don't even have to use it for that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people just know. That's like one of my favorite stories of working at Capone's, the pizza restaurant in Riverside, is the guy coming up ordering food, and I don't know, he was just pissing me off. I thought he was being a dick the way he was ordering. So I asked for his ID, and mind you, this dude's like 45 at least. I'm like,
yeah.
Sir, can I see your ID? And he says,
he's like, serious?
He's like, I'm old enough to be your father's son. he sons me. It says he's old enough to be it. And I'm just like,
it's protocol.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to need to see ID. That's what I said to him. And he takes his ID out, shows it to me. But that was one of my favorite things to do to customers that bugged me, was just when I knew that they were obviously, over 21, or that they were regulars who came in all the time, and I'd seen them drinking all the time and order beer from other people. But I'd still ask them
just to get under their skin.
Just to get under their skin and get dude, I'm here all the time. And I'm like, I got to see your ID.
Sorry, dude. It's the law. What can I do?
Put your hands up. It's so much fun to be that sort of just like rule follower when you want to. When you're working in that situation.
Yeah, I always really loved like when people tried to come in and return shoes.
Oh yeah.
That were just totally wrecked. And I remember
it's hilarious that people have like the
entitlement.
The lack of self-respect and entitlement to think that they can come in with something trash and be like, can I get my money back?
Dude, it was insane. This person, I think he rented Timberland, or not rented, he bought Timberlands to like go hiking or something. I don't know what it was, but
smart.
We had, which I mean, they're boots, but they're not hiking boots or work boots at all.
They're freaking
they're
going out to the club boots,
So he bought them like a couple days before, then came back. Dude, what is wrong?
I'm just trying to get this thing out of my left eye. Don't worry. I'm listening. I'm just going to be doing weird eye shit this whole episode.
Okay.
For everybody watching on video, I'm going to be doing weird eye shit.
So he bought them a couple days before. Then he comes back like a few days later. And, it's like a typical retail return policy. I think we had like 30 days. You got 30 days, and they had to look good, you know? And this guy comes back, and they're just absolutely trash. There's like mud on the bottom and stuff. And he's like, he kept pushing and pushing. He's like, tell me why I can't return these. And I'm like, dude.
Dude, that is hilarious.
They look like shit.
Like, am I not supposed to start laughing right now?
I'm like, are you insane? Like,
it's sort of the reverse of that meme I saw on the internet of the person. Instead of the employee, instead of the customer asking something ridiculously stupid, the employee is asking something ridiculously stupid. Person walks up to the movie theater ticket kiosk.
Yeah.
Like, can I get a movie ticket? Can I get one ticket? And then the person's like, what movie? And then you see it's like the guy has a whole Spider-Man mask on. He just looks at the camera with the Spider-Man mask on. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
Wait, is this a meme? Like,
it's like someone actually did that. Like they got their friend to record them walking into a movie theater with a Spider-Man mask on, walking up to the guy saying, one ticket, please. And the guy says, what movie? And then the camera just swings over to the Spider-Man. He just looks at the camera with the mask on. It's really funny. But I'm just imagining like that's sort of like the theater guy asking, what movie do you want to see, is just like the guy asking you, why can't I return these shoes? When you're both like looking at these just wrecked shoes.
And he knew too. He was just kind of trying to like cause a scene. And he kept asking me. And I was like, dude, I can't let you return these shoes. And he's like, is your manager here? And I was like, yeah, he is. So he's like, yeah, could you get your manager? And I was like,
with pleasure.
Sure, man. But he's going to tell you the exact same thing. And so I get my manager, and I just start working. Like, I go around and, because my manager's like, let me deal with this guy, And I don't know. I go and, like, I'm helping someone else out, and they ask for a shoe, and I'm, like, going to the back. And, my manager's, like, talking to him. He's like, I just saying the same thing over and over. And eventually he offers him a 10% discount on the next, like, on his other like if he goes and buys another pair of shoes, gets 10%.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, God, I really hate that he let him sort of get an advantage, or like something back from this. But at the same time,
it's not
really that great.
10% is small enough.
Yeah.
To where you're actually kind of trying to, you're like, okay, I'm dealing with an idiot who won't listen to me. So let me see if I can get some more money out of this idiot.
It's absolutely like nothing for the company. Like companies offer 10% off of merchandise all the time. I mean, you go to a website for the first time,
you get 10%.
You get 10% just by, signing in with your email or whatever, or giving them your email.
Mm-hmm. It feels good to get that 10% though.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Why not? That's the great thing. It's like it doesn't hurt them, and also it feels good to just see a little bit money taken off.
Do you have a like throwaway email that you send stuff to?
100%, definitely. I do.
That's the key, because I'm not signed in on any of my devices for that throwaway email, but I just constantly am getting 10-15% just by signing up to that type of stuff.
Yeah, I recently got an electric car charging app for my Bolt, and I put in
EVgo.
Yeah, EVgo. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. I used my junk email for the email.
Okay.
Because I knew like this is going to be something I'm going to be using all the time, and I don't need the email isn't a factor in the charging your car. You go to a station, you plug it in, you pull up the app.
You don't have to sign
in.
You
don't there's no signing in. Like all you do is get to the charging station, pull up the app. The app knows your location, so it knows what station you're at, and you click that. You click the charger you're on, and then you just swipe to charge, and then boom, and you got your debit card in the account and all that stuff. But my point is like, there's always like my email constantly gets the email of like, oh, your car started charging. But now I don't have to like get flooded with those because I already get the message notification through the app. Like your car started charging, your car's ended charging.
Right.
So I don't need that notification twice.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave them the junk email. So that way I only get it once. That's the perfect way to use a junk email. And also junk emails, they need to be like weird names.
Yeah, something that can't be like if I saw an email, I wouldn't want it to be linked back to anyone. Like right up just by looking at it.
Exactly. Yeah, and also there's been moments where I've given my email at like stores for like deals or signing up for, get 25% off if you give us your email or whatever.
Yeah.
And in those scenarios I've used my junk email, and it's funny to tell it to people. Cuz you say it and then they're just like, "What?" And then you're like, "Yeah, I'll spell it for you." Cuz it's weird.
I have a funny story about email. When we were in high school, I think it was me and Scott. It might have been you, but I think it was me and Scott. We were hanging out with John Burke, and I forget what we were signing up for. I think John was like playing World of Warcraft, and he's like, "Oh, like I deleted my account." And he was just getting back into it, and we're like, "Dude, just like make another one, or whatever." I think that's what it was. Anyway, so we're all like huddled around him, and he's like playing on his dad's account, and then he like signs out, and he's about to like create another account.
Yeah.
And it like asks for his email, and he starts spelling it out, like typing it. He's like, "Pussy Smasher 420." Me and Scott are like, "What the heck?" And then he was joking, of course, but oh my God, it was so funny at the time. I don't know why it just stuck in my mind.
Was there?
Maybe we've told the story
maybe
that many times.
Vaguely familiar.
It was hilarious, man. Great execution by John Burke.
Yeah.
Not that I wanted.
That is a pretty good fake email name,
Pussy Smasher 420.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think he said 69 actually, which is a little better than
69 and 420.
69 Pussy Smasher 420.
69 420. 69 420.
Yep.
That's my combination for all my fake safes.
So you don't have safes.
I don't have safes. I'm just saying. Sometimes when I'm opening something and I feel like unlocking it without actually unlocking it, I'll just do a quick like I'll pretend like there's a wheel there.
No, I've never done this.
I'll go 420, 69, 69, and then I'll open it.
Nice.
Pretend it unlocked it.
Nice.
Yeah, I stole that joke from Workaholics, so that's not anything.
Nice. I have a safe here, man. Do you know that?
You do.
It's built into the wall.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's not a code. It's a key.
I think it's a staple to any house.
Yeah, but this isn't cool. This is something that you could get a butter knife behind and just pop open. Me. It's not.
So you're not going to store the Ant-Man suit in there?
Maybe.
Remember, that's where he steals the suit from. Is the safe?
is the safe.
Hank Pym safe.
I don't know how you have such a good recollection of all these things in movies. It's like you have what is it? Eidetic memory, is that what it's called? Eidetic.
I don't know what kind of memory. The only memory term I know is photographic memory, and I don't.
Photographic. Well, I think eidetic is a little different, but photographic. You have like a photographic memory, but only for movies.
Yeah, and memories of my life that are like really specific.
Yeah, this is true. You have a great memory.
Yeah,
like in general,
I do have a pretty good memory. Yeah, I mean that's how I passed a lot of. That's how I got through school. Was
that's how I passed everything.
Yeah, it just was memorizing and then dumping it all out. Yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, that's basically like what you're supposed to do in college. I mean, obviously you're supposed to retain some of it, but 90% of it goes out the window.
Oh, yeah. And that's why I liked acting, is because I'm really good at getting the lines down, and then, once I'm done, I'm done. It's all... It's gone. Just like that.
That's true. I never thought of it that way. Have you ever seen the video of this dad who finally meets The Rock, and every night he sings one of the songs in Moana to his daughter, and then he's like telling The Rock this, and he's like, "Oh, that's so awesome, man!" And The Rock starts singing that Moana song, and then the dad joins in, and literally like they just duet this song as he's recording a video for his daughter.
Damn,
it's so cool. But it's like The Rock knows the song still, and this was, I mean, Moana came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and this was, I don't know, 2 years ago or something.
I think
what?
I think it helps to be, part of like a multi-million-dollar movie, like the word, in
an
a super
entire song.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like to be, an actor singing like a really famous song in a very successful animated movie.
Yeah,
I think it sticks with you a little more than me doing a short film. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not dissing The Rock or anything, but I'm just saying like I feel like I just said that I forgot all my lines after I do something.
Yeah.
But I think if I was in something like Moana and got this thing that "You're welcome," that song, I would like be like, okay, I'd have that stuck in my head.
Yeah.
It's because it's fucking Moana, dude.
It is Moana. That was such a great.
It was.
It's an underrated Disney film. I think.
Good movie, yeah.
It's kind of man. I wonder how the younger generation is reacting to these new Disney films, because I feel like it's almost too saturated now. Mm-hmm. It's like back in the day, there was like 16 princesses tops, like when we were in high school, I think. And now, how many princesses are there? Are they even called princesses anymore? Is that even correct?
Really. Not doesn't really seem like it anymore. I don't know.
There was, but of recent, there's like new movies coming out all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I wonder if you still get attached to the same ones,
Mm-hmm. Like, do little girls still have a favorite Disney princess, or is that
exactly?
Are those days gone?
Are those days gone? Is Cinderella still the main hot topic when you? So
you got Cinderella
walking through Disneyland.
You got Ariel. You got
Snow White.
You got Belle.
Beauty and the Beast.
That's Beauty
is that Belle?
Yeah, that's Belle. Yeah. No, wait. So we did four. You got Pocahontas.
Well, Tinkerbell, but she
wasn't.
Wait,
does Pocahontas count? Does that animated movie count? Because there's an animated Disney Pocahontas movie. Okay.
Absolutely.
And then also, wouldn't that mean Mulan counts too?
Mulan definitely counts.
She's also a princess.
Yep.
She's a warrior princess, but still a princess.
Yeah. Tinkerbell wasn't a princess, but
Tinkerbell wasn't a princess, but also basically
Tinkerbell was
miniature princess,
on par with Cinderella, in my opinion. I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Stature.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tinkerbell's awesome just because I love the whole, I love that whole, you have to believe in her to make her real,
It's a great
plot device.
Yeah.
It's a great, let's have a motivational speech in our movie here with a quick little, we gotta believe.
It's so funny back in the day when you're watching this film, and when I was a kid, I was actually really emotional when I was watching films. Like, things would get to me.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the scene where Tinkerbell's like, like she's fluttering around and she can't. I don't know. She's dying.
Are you talking about the live action Peter Pan or the that one's called Hook? But are you talking about the animated or Hook?
Animated one, where she's dying because someone is losing belief, or everyone's losing. I forget what's happening, or what happened in the film. But I just remember like feeling really, really sad, and I
Mhm.
was like, "No, come on, believe."
Believe. Yeah. Yeah, no, I did you ever watch the Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams Hook movie?
Yes, I did.
Because that also had a very similar scene of, Tinkerbell, almost, getting close to death, and the Lost Boys, all believing in her together. and
Robin
saving
Williams
her.
plays Peter
Peter
Pan.
Pan, yeah. He
okay.
he basically plays an older Peter Pan that goes back to Neverland.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And,
yes,
and
yes.
Dustin Hoffman is Hook.
And everyone else hasn't aged one bit.
Yeah, all the other, he's the only, Peter Pan is the only one that's aged, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
And it's one of those great movies because, just because of Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman's performances, they're just carry it.
I still remember when Robin Williams passed away. That was a sad day.
Oh yeah, I remember that very much.
I remember my dad was just like, "What just happened?"
Dude, I just watched the Friends episode recently. It was season 3 episode.
Oh, where he comes in.
Season 3 episode 24. He comes in with Billy Crystal, and he's doing the kind of vague European accent, and he's talking about being worried that his wife is cheating on him with his gynecologist, and he's telling this all to Billy Crystal, and then Billy Crystal's like, "Well, I'm your wife's gynecologist," and then they get this whole argument that they end up leaving.
Yeah.
I thought
That's
it was
in Central Park, right?
Yeah, it's in Central Park,
Yeah,
and the episode starts with just the friends. They're all chatting on the couch, and then they just walk in
it's
the
like
coffee
a cameo,
shop.
right?
It's like it's major cameo because they walk in, the live audience
they
cheers,
steal the scene,
and then they push over the group of friends on the couch, and like they start to talk, and then the group of friends try to interrupt them, but then they interrupt them, and it's we're focused on this. And I thought it was a cool moment because I just imagined like that the NBC studios or whatever back in the 90s, I bet like Billy Crystal and Robin Williams were probably shooting something on the same lot and just just decided like, fuck it, let's just do it. Like I guarantee like that was probably all improv.
Wow.
They probably just came up with it on the spot and asked, whoever was directing that episode that day, like, hey, can we step in and like surprise the live studio audience and
That's
just
so
do a
cool.
quick little bit. Yeah.
I hope it's like that.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
Just knowing them as comedians and their legendary improv statuses, that seems like something they would do. And it also reminds me of a great photo I saw a few weeks ago from back when they were shooting The Grinch on the Universal Studios lot.
Does he play the Grinch?
No. Now I'm jumping to Jim Carrey. But the Jim Carrey Grinch?
The
live action
big one?
The most famous one.
The most famous one, yeah.
There, I saw a great photo of Jim Carrey as the Grinch standing next to Eddie Murphy as the Nutty Professor. And they were both in full costume and just, and then like it basically implying that both movies were being shot same studio, same time, and they just, linked up and said, hey, what's up to each other. And I just love that a whole idea of like, you got multiple things being made at the same time.
Yeah.
You can just run into someone and be like, oh, hey, look who it is,
That's what's really cool about I guess how they set up these like movie production studios.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Amanda and I, when her family was back, go ahead. What?
Dude, I saw Miranda Cosgrove one of my last days on Super Pumped.
Oh my gosh, was she there?
She was pulling in. So I see a Mercedes G-Wagon coming in.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, this is
somebody.
somebody. Yeah, this is somebody.
Frank's like, I'm not gonna do the same thing I did last time.
Yeah, not gonna do the same thing I did last. Yeah, exactly. Just point. So this time, instead of pointing and staring, I just stared. I see her coming around,
Frank,
and I'm like, oh my god,
Frank.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Nice, dude. But dude, I freaking see Miranda Cosgrove, and she's driving the car too. She's driving it.
Oh wow.
She pulls into the Paramount lot, and I just have I freeze. It was even more star-striking than the Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us, because with Miranda Cosgrove, I grew up watching iCarly.
They're doing iCarly again, right?
And it's a Paramount Plus original.
Wow.
So that's why it made a lot of sense to see her, on the Paramount lot. I'm like, she's doing probably season 2 of the iCarly revival. And but yeah, no, I was in a. Sometimes like you get so zoned out in a moment where once the moment's over, your memory of what you were doing physically in that moment is gone. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Did I just pee my pants?
Yeah, like, or did I move my, like, what was I doing in that moment? I was staring at her, but I make eye contact with her, and she quickly looks away because she's Miranda Cosgrove, but I continue to stare at her as she pulls into the parking lot, and it was just a moment of like, oh my god, like I just saw, one of my childhood crushes pull in to work in her G-Wagon. It was a pretty cool moment,
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. I was never into Miranda Cosgrove.
Were you a fan of iCarly as a kid?
Big fan.
Okay,
big fan.
so you just that's cool that you were just watching the show for fun because I was watching it for her. I was like Freddie.
Maybe towards the end seasons I was,
Yeah.
but yeah, before that, no.
No.
That was a great show though. There's a character on that show. Who's the actor? He kind of reminds me of Jim Carrey. Her brother,
Jerry Trainer.
Jerry Trainer.
Yeah,
What is he doing now? Oh, is he back on?
He's back on
season 2?
the revival show.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the only person who didn't return was Sam Jeanette McCurdy. She didn't want to.
Oh wow.
Chose not to. Said.
Is she even acting anymore?
I don't really think so. No. I think it had a big psychologically. She wasn't really a fan of what the whole fame thing did to her. You know, well, didn't really like getting like put into a box of like a character like this is who I am, even though this isn't what I'm like at all.
Right.
Because Sam was kind of like the wild, like badass sort of doesn't play by the rules, and you know, sort of an asshole in like a funny way. And you know, you get typecast as something. And then she also this? This is I'm paraphrasing her feelings, but having back-to-back shows of playing that same sort of playing the same character.
What was her show after that?
Her was Sam and Cat. So they took. It's funny they took Kat, Ariana Grande's character from
I did not
Victorious.
Know this. I did not know this.
They took her character because it's like everybody's like, oh, everybody loves Kat.
Yeah.
So let's take her, and everybody loves Sam from. So they basically took like the side, you know, the buddies from 2 shows and then made them the stars of 1 show.
Wow.
And there was apparently a lot of clashing and butting heads between Ariana Grande and Jeanette McCurdy on the show. And
how long did that last?
I only think the show went 1 or 2 seasons. It didn't go according to plan. Yeah, and that was sort of her last big spotlight job. And then Ariana Grande blows up into like the biggest pop star in the world. The biggest
star, yeah.
Which is just that was probably made it hard.
That was the cherry on top.
I think that's probably what made doing the back-to-back shows of playing the same character tough, is that you play one character in iCarly and you're the buddy, and you're not the main star of the show, and then you sign on to do another show where your character's name is like in the title of the show, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a star now. Yeah. But then they're still like pushing Ariana Grande's character more because the audience is testing better with her and they like her more. So and then she suddenly becomes in the same exact position she was just in on iCarly. So that's probably what didn't, she wasn't really working well with.
It is. I love how these. I don't love it, but
it's fascinating.
It's fascinating how these shows and even news agencies will like survey the audience and get this feedback and make decisions based on that feedback. Yeah. It's just a weird way to be in a job. It's like, okay, like if you're a news anchor and you're not getting enough views or whatever they call it, it's like, this is a big deal, This is a big deal. Even if you do your job great, you're not getting enough views.
Your agent tells you, hey, you need to act more like this.
Right.
This is not working.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And it reminds me of wow, I just lost it. Holy shit.
It's okay. It happens to me like twice a day.
What was I going to say? Yeah, we were talking about the agents like telling you how to behave. But yeah, I can't think of it.
It's okay. We can go back to what I was saying.
Yeah, you had something to say about Amanda. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, good thing we're not live on air right now, because like I just forgot my line.
Photographic memory. What just happened?
I know. I had something so juicy too.
Wow, the irony of us just talking about how great your memory was, and then
me immediately about to say something, and I'm just like, dude. You know what's funny? That's happened to me before on this podcast, where I'm about to say something.
Yeah. Oh, it's happened to me many times.
I decide to, instead of admitting defeat and being like, okay, I just
you
totally
just
forgot.
Make something else up.
Make something else up and go with it. But I was too shocked by my forgetting it this time that I couldn't say anything.
That's hilarious. Okay. Anyway. Amanda's family was in town, and so we went to. They wanted to do all the LA stuff. Yeah. So we went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We went to the Santa Monica Pier. We did Venice Beach. Blah 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 blah. Well, one of the things was they wanted to see a movie studio because I guess I don't know, they really enjoy movies, and they're like, oh, I want to see where these things are made.
Yeah, I mean that's.
We didn't get a professional tour or anything along those lines, but we did drive around the studios. Yeah, and we even took this like this back road, I would call it,
Uh-huh.
and it sort of gave us almost a bird's eye view of like a campus per se.
Okay, yeah.
And you see these just giant warehouses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're massive. Where it's like a Costco,
Yeah.
bigger than a Costco, I would say.
Yeah.
And there's 20 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just in lines of 5. It's incredible. It's almost like a military base, but just with these massive
And then there's
buildings.
semis and trailers everywhere.
Yeah. It's just everywhere, and I'm like imagining the different sets in these different, domes per se, and just incredible how cool it must be to be in one and see the set and how they're doing it in all the rafters and the lighting and just like just such a production is just so fascinating, and it just really attests to just how great people are at it, I think.
Yeah, dude, it's getting to work at the movie studios has been so much fun for me, and it's realized like the reason why I want to be an actor is because it's just it's amazing to be able to work with all these people who do all these things that you can't even wrap your head around them, and then you get to play pretend. Like that's your job.
Cool.
Like part of the thing that I love about it is that you have the easiest job.
Yeah.
Like it's and anybody who disagrees with me, they're lying. Okay, and they're getting pretentious about acting as some amazing art form.
And it's the one with the most recognition.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, and you get and when you make it and you're at the tippy top and you're playing like a main character, you get treated like royalty basically. But even as an extra, that's the awesome thing. Even as just an extra that nobody gives a fuck about, it's still the best job to have. It's still the best job to have. You're getting free food. You're hanging out. You're still playing pretend, but you're playing the easiest version of play pretend, where you're pantomiming. Like the only thing that you could say is difficult about acting is memorizing a whole page monologue and performing it from memory. Like what Willem Dafoe does in like The Lighthouse is incredible, because there's a scene where he's getting buried alive, and he's doing a whole monologue about how mermaids and sea creatures and ships at sea are lost in the, like he's just going crazy. And he's got dirt flying in his mouth, and he's doing this old timey accent. Now that is like top notch. Like in that moment, he had the hardest job.
Incredible
on
actor.
that set. Like that is, but when you're not reaching the peak of acting and you're just cruising like in the extra work and stuff, man, it's the freaking. It's the tits, dude. It's the tits, dude. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's why you can't really, you can't complain when you're sitting there for, 8 hours and you're wondering what's going on.
Yeah, so how much downtime do you have usually?
Oh, it all depends. It depends on what kind of if the crew is operating at a good speed and the director is not playing games and, just getting shit done. There's not a lot of downtime at all. But if you got people butting heads on creatively where you're going with the scene, how many angles you need, how much coverage you need of, this character and that character, you could be in for a long day. Like the greatest
example. Is that stuff all hashed out already or no?
See, it is. But then once it comes time to do it,
and you're like,
things change.
I don't like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like how that looks. I don't like how he said that line. I don't like how this is reading out loud.
Yeah.
We got to rewrite this.
Yeah.
Just a lot of different stuff. Like a great example is I had a day of work that was a 13-hour day, and we only did one scene.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I recently had a day of work that was, an 8-hour day, and we did 2 scenes. So you just don't know. It just there's so many moving factors, and there's so many people on the set, and just all these different people with all these super specific jobs. One of my favorite things to see is when an extra asks someone like about something, and the person's like,
"What did you do?"
I have no fucking idea. Like that's not my job.
You
just asked me something that those people over there do, and I do this over here. So I'm gonna walk away from you. There's a lot of that, and then it's also really fun to see all these people with like different items of clothing from other productions. Like the person who was basically bringing us in and out of the waiting area in the last job of extra work I had, she had an Infinity War beanie on. it's like Infinity War crew.
Yeah.
And like I've seen like, like someone with like a Dave jacket, like Lil Dicky show.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool about like working with these, these
like
crews.
gear and stuff.
Yeah. And like I saw someone with like a Workaholic season 7 jacket. It's like, it's very cool to see like, it's really like, just like the actors union is a thing, the crew union is a thing. And that these people are all, just moving from production to production. And it's all, I just love how that getting, it doesn't matter. Like we don't know if it's going to be good. Like what we're making, it's like there's so many people with all like they have their job, and then at the end you're just like, I hope it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of crazy how reliant you are on the final editing and all that,
I've always said the editor is in reality the one with the last storytelling decision.
Yeah.
You have your writer, you have your director, you have your actors, all that. But who's ever on the computer or cutting the film strips, putting them together, who's ever editing, they're the one who's telling the story at the very end because that's makes all the difference.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I 100% agree.
I mean, from editing these, it's the same thing
on a very small scale.
It's a small scale, but it is still the same thing. You know, when you've had episodes where we've had to do outros because we've run out of space or whatever, like putting that together on the end, it's just like you have all these pieces and then you put them together and it becomes one piece. It's a very cool thing.
Would you ever do like on set work or no?
No.
Doesn't seem like a cool job.
I don't. It's not. It's really techie.
You have to be technical.
It's super.
I'm sure.
It's super, and I'm not I'm not a technical guy.
We've talked about getting audio quality.
Exactly.
I'm sure video quality is just as hard.
And the cameras.
Yeah. What are they?
I mean,
friggin' 2,000 pounds or something?
Oh, they are huge. They're huge, and not only are they huge, but they have all these different buttons on them. Yeah. And they got all these big old heavy lenses. And we have the thing called the Steadicam.
You replace the lens? Like you?
Oh yeah, you change lenses.
Wow.
For different setups and stuff. Like there's a whole.
So you can reuse the camera.
Yeah,
okay, that kind of makes sense.
There's a whole group of employees whose their job is to just go get a new lens and put it in, and then hold up and put the other lens back. Like that's their job. And then you have you have the camera. You have the camera operator who puts when you do Steadicam. Steadicam is. I mean, when you're working with, the highest of budgets, you got a dude who has basically, imagine, Doc Ock's suit.
Like a full suit. That's
imagine a Doc Ock,
got up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But instead of 4 octopus arms, there's just one single arm. And the one single arm just comes out of the back and just moves on all these different, and you just put the camera on the thing. But it's like, it's ridiculous to look at because you got this dude strapped in with a whole full body harness and a robotic arm coming out of his back with a camera on it. And it's allowing him to hold a camera that he physically wouldn't be able to hold with just his arm strength.
And have it steady.
Yeah. And there was one camera working on the show. The cameraman who was doing that job on the show I was working on for a while. He was so jacked. Like I'm talking like bodybuilder arm to where it's the size of like the Rock's arm.
Really?
And
wow.
That was ridiculous. And he's got maybe like if I counted all the veins that are popping out of his arm, I could probably count like 40 veins. It was fucking ridiculous.
Every single one.
Every single vein popped, man.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've always I love seeing when they do the car crash scenes and you're watching like the behind the scenes where it's pretty much an action scene in itself getting that on video because you're in the car behind all this stuff crashing and you're like holding the camera along. I think it's really cool.
Really and that's what was so funny about the show I was working on is that there weren't any like action set pieces or stunt driving or fight scenes or explosions, and we still had days where a scene took 13 hours.
Have you worked on an action scene where it's like, I don't know what?
No, I haven't gotten to do any action scenes yet. No.
I mean, I can't imagine.
No, the most action I've gotten to do. This is the most action I've gotten to do was be in a movie theater and be clapping, like going wild for the performance on the screen. Like our direction from the director was, oh, okay, we're gonna take the energy to an 11 here. Just go nuts, screaming, hooting, hollering, clapping, all that stuff.
No filter.
No, exactly. And I got to do it all with like fake cigarettes, like smoking fake cigarettes.
Sweet.
So I got like the smoke, like the cigarette like in my mouth just resting, like bouncing up and
Yeah,
down. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like clapping like a hysterical person.
Nice.
That's like the most action I've got, but that's not even anything either. But that was cool to do because they had a giant crane camera, of like a robotic crane that was
kind of just
it was
swoop
swooping
down?
through,
Sweet.
swooping through our
Sweet.
whole audience of extras. It was
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah.
Gosh, is that all at the direction of the director?
Yeah.
Are they the person that's like, okay, for this scene, we're gonna do it in a theater? I mean, I guess the scene's place is in a theater.
No, he's not organizing.
But
all
what
that.
about the video? Like, okay, this is how I want the camera. This is how I want people to react. This is how I want. What is the director's job?
Well, on this
Everything?
movie on this movie the director was just working with the actors.
Gotcha.
So we had an assistant director who was doing all the, commanding of like, okay, lights do this, video do this, extras
operational
do this,
stuff,
and he's on a microphone, and
Gotcha.
he's the first assistant director, and the director himself is very much an art approach. Is the best way I can put it. Is that they're not really having to deal with the whole like a lot of the technicalities because they're too busy trying to make sure that the actor conveys the certain emotion they want in the scene. So the most I saw like Damien do was he would just talk to the main stars. He would have a conversation, tell them how he'd want them to do the scene, and then he'd go behind the monitor, put his headphones on, and then watch them do the scene, and then go back up to him and tell him what to change and all that stuff. It was very much the director's
like hands-on.
The director gets to be really focused on just the art of making the movie, and that's why a lot of people, just like the actor, the director and the actor are similar in that their main focuses are just the artistic side of everything.
Gotcha.
And that's why a lot of people want to like land in either of those fields as a director and actor because that's where the art is.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty much every other job has a lot of technical parts to it in addition to the whole art thing.
Yeah.
So that's why those are the popular gigs. Yeah.
Nice. You ready to call this?
Yeah, dude, let's call it, man. We've really have we? I mean, what have we?
I don't know where we're at, to be honest. What is it?
Yeah, we can call it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Ryan and I impressed ourselves today. We didn't have anything. We just came in here dry and just went for it.
Literally. Hey, check this out though.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna ask you what the shirt. I need to know what's
my
going
grandpa.
on. It's your grandpa. Okay. I was
pretty sweet, huh?
It's very cool because I was originally I thought, okay, famous person, but then I looked at it more and I was like, no, that's just a Ryan family member.
Yeah.
That's just an old family photo that put on a shirt.
Yeah, my uncle got it for us for Christmas. He got all the cousins one.
I like it a lot though because
isn't it like really it's not too much of a shirt where you're like, okay, that's something that someone. To me, it doesn't look like a shirt that I couldn't wear out.
That's and that's why the first impression I got from it was this. My first thought is that like a famous poet or like artist or something. Like it kind of has like
if I had Obey on the back, you'd be like, all right, whatever.
Exactly. Like if it had Obey like in black letters underneath the photo itself or on the back, anything like that, I would be like, okay, that's an Obey shirt.
Totally works.
Totally. Yeah. So it's a shirt where you actually get the person to ask you about what it is before they assume anything. Because someone sees you in that, they're like, is that his grandpa or is that a famous poet?
Yeah.
Because it's like he almost kind of has like a Hemingway look to him,
Yeah, it's a very modest photo, I think.
Yeah.
It's just
serious.
On a chair, just smiling.
It feels candid. It feels natural.
There's nothing, there's nothing too flamboyant about it. It's just,
dude. Yeah, you got to wear that out.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to.
Yeah, that's a sweet shirt. All right, well, shouts out Ryan's grandpa.
Shout out
for making a great
shirt.
Shout
out Papa Don. Let's close this out, buddy.
103.
103. Thank you everyone for listening.
We
Cheers.
Peace.
Peace out.